Hello friends, in this video I'm going to talk about word families or word forms. So for many words in English, we've got what we call a family of words, which means that we have a basic word and then we have ways that we can add to or change that word to make it into different forms. So for example, if we take a verb, then we make some small changes to it and we can change it into a noun, or we can change it into an adjective or an adverb. So when we put all of those different forms together, we call it a word family. In this video, I'm going to show you a couple resources that you can use to find the different words in a word family. Because if you understand word families and word forms, it will help you to not only build your vocabulary very quickly, but also help you to understand which form of a word you should be using in a sentence, or if you're using a word incorrectly. So the first resource I want to show you here is a nice website called the Word Family Framework, it's actually put together by the British Council. So the Word Family Framework is the best tool that I have found to find the other words in a word family. And it shows them to you according to level, like at what level of your language proficiency should you be learning them. So let's take the word create. So if I type in the word create and click on Start Search, then this chart shows me the different forms of the word create, and basically it's showing me the word family for the word create. These numbers up here with the letters, these are the levels of language according to the European framework. So A1 is like beginner and C2 is like advanced. So like low beginner, low intermediate, high intermediate, low advanced, and high advanced. But you don't really need to know that. Then it shows me the different forms of the word with a couple of symbols or abbreviations to help me know which word form it is. So we can see here the word create, which was the one I looked up. We see the letter V, which means it's a verb. And we see the letter T, which means that it is transitive. That is, it takes an object. So you create something. You can create art or create music. The next word here, creation, we see that this is a noun form. That's what the N means. So creation is the noun form of create. We see these letters C and U. So C means it can be countable, and U means it can be uncountable. So it can have either a countable meaning or an uncountable meaning. So a countable noun is something you can literally count, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I can say 1 creation, 2 creations, 3 creations. Like if my son builds something or builds a few things, he can say, look at my creation, or look at my creations. I made 2 creations today. The uncountable would be talking about the idea of creation, like being creative, like God's creation. That would be an uncountable form of it. We look at the next form here, creative, and we see that this is the adjective form. We also see this word creature, which is another noun. So we've got 2 noun forms, creation and creature. These mean different things, but they still have the same basic idea of creating. So a creation is a thing that is created. A creature is like a living thing that is created. So a human can be a creature, or an animal can be a creature. If we look over here, we see another word, creativity, which is another noun form. So creativity is talking about the skill or ability of being creative. So what they've done is they've taken the adjective. So they took a verb. They took a verb and they turned it into an adjective. And then they added another suffix on it, creativity, the ity. And so they turned it back into a noun. Creator is another noun. So that's the person who creates. Recreate is another verb form. What they've done is they've taken a prefix re, like to do it again. So recreate is to create something again. Creatively is just the adverb form. So we've taken the adjective form creative and we've just added ly to it to make the adverb form. And then we have these other forms, procreate and procreation. So we've added prefixes on here, the pro. So to procreate means to have babies, and procreation is the action of having babies. So procreate is a verb. It is both transitive and intransitive, which means it can either take an object or not. And procreation is a noun and it is uncountable. And you see the little X here, that means it's not in the normal flow of language learning in terms of levels. So all of these words together are related. They are called a word family. And knowing the different forms of the word can help, like I said, help you build your vocabulary quickly. And if you're looking for the right form of a word, this can show you which form you should be using. Like if you need an adjective, that's the adjective form of the word create. That's one resource. Another resource sometimes is the dictionary. So if I look up create in the dictionary, sometimes it will give you the other forms, but it's not quite as thorough as this website is. So here the word create, I see that that's a verb. And if I look down, it will give me the different meanings of that word. But if I look over at the side here, you see it says create verb, creation noun, creationism noun. So sometimes I'll see other forms of the word either next to the one I'm looking at or at the bottom of the page. It depends on which dictionary you're looking at. So that's another resource, but not quite as good as this word family framework. And then if you're learning academic vocabulary, another good resource is the academic word list, because the academic word list is organized according to word families. So if I want to find the other forms of the word create, then, okay, the academic word list is pretty long. So there's a find function in Microsoft Word. So if I press Control and F, that opens up a Finder window, so I can just type in the word create, and it brings me to that entry. So create, the other forms of the word are right here. This is the word family. And you can see there's even more words here than we do have in the word family framework. So created, creates, creating, creation, creations, creative, creatively, creativity, creator, creators. So the reason why there's more forms here really is that they're giving us the different verb forms like created and creating and creates. So they're giving us the different verb forms, and they're giving us the singular and plural forms of nouns, if it's countable. So this is a really good resource for finding just a basic list of the word family if it's an academic word, but it doesn't tell you what the word form is. So like if you see creative and you don't know, is that a noun, verb, adjective, or adverb, then you're going to have to go look that up somewhere else maybe, unless you know the suffixes. All right, so word families, again, like I said, they're useful for building your vocabulary quickly and for knowing which form of a word to use in a sentence. And these are 3 good resources for you to use. The Word Family Framework website, just a basic dictionary, or the academic word list. Okay, so that's it on word families or word forms. Thanks for watching.